Keep in mind that this event is, in all actuality, quite public. We are live streaming. The press are here. We are before the world, and we want to put the foot of socialism forward, in the best way possible and create more socialists.
I thank Natalie for flattering me. The truth is, I'm not the leader of security here. Y'all are. Everybody is responsible for the collective security, safety, and everyone's needs being met here, keeping each other safe, keeping each other secure, and making sure that everybody is able to fully participate in this convention. We have a lot of disabled comrades, and a lot of those are invisible disabilities. So it's up to us to modify that space to make sure that everybody is able to move in the ways that they need to move. First of all, in this room, I see that no one's clapping for me. It could be because I'm not engaging, but it also is because everyone's doing this. And that's really important, because those loud bursts of noise, even though this is a noisy space, when we can do something like reducing that, that's really important. So please don't clap, shoot up these. And additionally, with the noise issue, like avoid hissing, avoid waving banners, right? If you don't know what to do, show up these, right? I'm sure there's lots of ways that we can communicate to each other without needing to rely on something that's going to hurt somebody else. We have quiet rooms that are available. There's a range of options of these, right? On 7, there's one that has video but no sound, if you still want to be able to observe the convention, but the sound is an issue. There's also on Piedmont 8, a completely quiet room. One thing to note there, please don't go into that space with anything that's like an aggressive scent, for instance, right? Because that's going to be difficult for people. The principle of collective security is we don't want to put people in stressful situations that they don't consent to, right? And we have to be accountable to each other that our actions might have negative consequences for other people. We're also talking about de-escalation, right? Because people are going to have different experiences of things that some others might think is normal heatedness, and I think in some of that there's an inevitability there, but it's going to be really traumatic for people if we're not making an affirmative effort to de-escalate each other and de-escalate ourselves, right? If you are having a conflict with somebody, feel free to step away, right? We're going to make sure that you can get out of that space. Let somebody else step away if they need to step away, right? Don't talk to cops. Don't talk to MAGA assholes. We're almost there. But thank you. We are safe and we are strong because there's power in collective work, and that's exactly what we're doing here. And we're going to rely on you to make that happen. So I'm very happy to be working with you on this project, and I hope everyone has a great convention.
To defeat capitalism, we are going to need a party that will organize working people to fight for the demands that we want and to win socialism. Thank you so much.
I'm going to hand it to Natalie to make one quick announcement.
Okay, we have our 2 mics up front. We also have 2 additional mics that are being run. So if, for example, you make a point of information or a point of privilege, please, keep your hand up. Or stand if you can, and they will run a mic to you.
So next we're going to go to some further committee reports. After that, we're going to go through adopting the rules. So with that, everyone, we're going to start voting. So let's take a deep breath. Great. And so I'm going to welcome Brian to give the credentials report.
Hi, everybody. Brian Laverne, he, him from Houston. So I will begin reading the summary. In the complete report...
Point of personal privilege. There are people at the back who are having problems hearing.
Oh.
Thanks.
Oh, thank you very much.
Great. So I've heard...
Hi, I motion to amend the report to strike the East Bay Locals winning slate 6 lowest ranking delegates, who are Shane R., Emma G., Andrew R., Max L., Richard M., and Charlie H. from the list of delegates from the East Bay Local of DSA, and that top vote receiving alternates, including Bonnie L., Colin PBM, Dan E., Ted F., Colin M., and Jackie A., be added to that list.
Okay, I've heard a motion and a second. Could I hear your name and your chapter?
Hi, my name is Onlin Wang. I use he, him, and I'm from Philadelphia.
There is a motion to amend the roster to substitute 6 members of the... Yes. Could someone please run a mic to the comrade in the jean jacket, of which there are many?
I simply had a question.
Sorry, could we... Thank you.
I simply had a question on if it's allowable for members of a different chapter to substitute members of an unrelated chapter. I mean...
It is. Great.
Point of clarification here on what we're actually...
Could you get to the mic, please?
So point of clarification in that the chair gave a report. There was a verbal second from the audience on the report, of which was given, and then there was a motion for an amendment to that. What are we actually talking about at this point, and then what is the vote going to be?
Thank you.
We need to be very clear about the work that we are trying to do. It is important.
So right now, we are debating the amendment to the committee report, and that amendment is to swap 6 of the the amendment is to take 6 different delegates to recognize 6 different delegates from East Bay from what the committee report says.
So in voting yes, are we voting to...
Yes. Yeah, so voting yes
upholds
means...
the delegates?
No. So voting yes means that you want the substitute 6 delegates to be seated instead of the delegation that is outlined in the Credentials Committee report.
Thank you.
Does that make sense? No. Yes. Could you get to the mic, please?
Micah Utrick from Chicago. So just to be clear, the amendment is going against basically the spirit of the report that was just delivered,
correct.
right? So if you agree with what the report recommended, then you should... I'm just asking. I'm trying to understand what...
Voting yes means that you are supporting the challenge to the East Bay delegation.
Point of privilege. Can I reiterate that we, for the sake of our comrades who have sensory issues, refrain from hissing, loudly shouting out your opinion on a vote, or waving banners and signs that reflect your vote in front of people?
Yes,
Thank
absolutely.
You.
Thank you. Okay, so now, is there any further debate on the Credentials Committee report?
Point.
Hold on. Point of order. Yep.
Thank you. So...
Sorry, what's your name and
My name is Trey. I use they, them, and he, him pronouns. I'm from Memphis. Thank you for asking. Nice to meet you. Sorry.
Nice to meet you.
I had a question. So, Nick? Jack? What is his name? Or what is his name? Nick J. They were elected as an at-large delegate before they resigned. Is that correct?
No.
No? Okay, then never mind.
Now, we are going to...
Point of information, could you please let us know how many delegates there are?
Anyone know that? Hold on one second. Do you know that?
I believe 1,057.
Thank you.
Great. Awesome. And now we're going to move on to the resolutions and amendments committee.
Very brief point of information. If you are using a microphone, talk into it directly like I am right now, and do not wave your face back and forth because people cannot hear you. That is all.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for the pointer. Okay, so now we are going to move into adopting the convention rules. These are listed on the website.
Hi, I am Andy P. From Los Angeles, they, them pronouns. Could I please ask the chair to, again, there was a previous point of privilege about waving around signs, that it is distracting to other comrades. I have autism. This is distracting to me. I would like to ask our fellow delegates, please, to not wave around your signs, especially during voting. Thank you.
Yes. Please do not wave around your signs. Thank you.
Madam Chair, At this point, we're waiting for the vote to be created. When it's ready, I'll let you know, and there will be a URL projected on the screen.
Okay.
And you will be able to put that in either to your phone, your laptop, or you can go use one of the iPads that we have ready.
This is Chris, he, him from Cleveland. We have not approved any rules to use an online voting system. Robert's Rules does not allow online voting unless we approve a rule to do so. Is that correct?
Okay, so hold on. Yes, I see a point of personal privilege. Can you get to a mic, or can someone run a mic? Someone is trying to iPad and mic at the same time, so if someone could help that person out.
Thank you, Chair. Nick, he, him, his from Twin Cities. This is on behalf of a delegate who's currently in the remote room. They say that it is very hard to see the screens and cannot get a URL.
Point of information, Madam Chair.
Hold on. We're going to go to Rebecca before we get to whoever is at the mic right now. Rebecca, are you ready to share what's going on?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that we've hit the Opavert server too hard, and I'm going to go call Jeff.
Point of information then?
Yes.
Okay. I'm old school, folks, and it's probably some technical problem that we can't solve. So my point of information is really a question. Is it possible that we do this the old-fashioned way and have the yeses on one side of the room and noes on the other? Would that be possible for the chair to do?
I would suggest not doing that because there's going to be a little bit too much motion.
Could I take a moment just to consult with our staff to see if we could get volunteers to count?
Yes, actually, okay, that's a good call. So, how many Okay, could I get counters to the front? Okay, so we're going to take a hand count right now, and hopefully this online voting system will work soon. When a counter has gone around and confirmed, like nodded at you or something,
and the delegate who brought clickers,
you can lower your hand. But only when the person who's like counting has like verbally or confirmed with their body language that they've counted your vote.
Point of personal privilege, please.
Yes, what's your personal privilege?
Hi, so I know that this is kind of annoying. I know it's taking a while, but we want this to be done right. We are a democratic organization. We want to do this right. I myself watched some of the counters not count some of the votes. And it may have been a mistake, but maybe we need to do this a different way. Maybe we need to have more time to talk about this.
So if you're standing up, could you please sit down and get into a seat so that so there aren't so many people moving around? And then let me consult the people who are counting. So everyone who is not a counter, take a seat. Take a seat. Everyone on the walls, take a seat so that we can count. When there's so many people moving around, it's very difficult to count. Okay, so we are going to take this count again. Okay, everyone, by a vote, all the counting has happened. By a vote of 523 to 443, that passes. And so we will, sorry, if we could respect our comrades.
I'm rising to speak against...
You got to get closer to the mic.
I'm rising to speak against this amendment to the rules, as it would inhibit the democracy that is inherent to our organization. if you look at it, most of the time that has been wasted in this body was not wasted on debate. It was wasted in vote after vote after vote and voting on whether we're going to vote on voting. It is ridiculous, and this resolution would not save us any time.
What's your, yep. Could you get to a mic, or could someone run a mic to you?
When we're raising our placards, when we transition between the votes, can we slow down a little bit? Because it's starting to get confusing for people. Thank you.
Totally. Yep.
So immediately, I mean, what it would have to be after the.
Sorry, that's a point of debate. That's not
yeah.
actually.
Well, no, I mean, it doesnn't make any sense.
No, that's out of order.
Doesn't
Sorry,
make any sense.
we've ended debate. Okay, so now we're going to vote.
I have a question, a point of order.
So voting yes would be to make it. Hold on, could I just get through my sentence, please? Okay, so all those in favor of. How long did it take to approve the minutes? We already said that that's July 2018. Okay, so all those in favor of the amendment to take up. You need to get to a mic.
Would now be a good time to add amendments to the amendment,
No,
or is that not
we are
okay.
voting right now.
Okay.
Okay, so all those in favor. Okay.
Sorry. So what happens if there's conflicting amendments? So I feel like we don't know is not an acceptable answer, but that's a point of debate. I know.
Yeah, that's a point of debate. Okay. Is there further debate on the convention rules? There's a motion to call the question, and there's a second. So we are ending debate on the convention rules as a whole, and we are going. All those in favor of ending debate, please raise your placards. Stop. All those opposed? That passes. And what is you need to get to a mic to be able to,
I was coming up here to Mike to make an amendment.
Sorry, it's out of order because we just ended debate.
Okay, the problem is, folks, if the NPC were to decide...
Sorry, you
Never
can't
mind.
do that. Okay, so now we're going to vote to adopt the convention rules. This requires a 2/3 vote. All those in favor
Point of inquiry?
What's your point of inquiry?
As it stands, this is Daniel Ray from Piedmont, he, him pronouns. As it stands right now, can we make amendments to resolutions
No.
and constitutional
No.
bylaws stand? Okay, thank you.
Okay, so all those in favor of adopting the convention rules, please raise your placards. All those opposed? That passes. We now have convention rules. Okay, awesome. And now we are going to move into...
Point of privilege?
Hold on one second. Okay, so we are a bit behind schedule. I'm going to hand it over to Natalie.
So at this point, it would be in order for someone to motion for a recess so that we could go get lunch, which was supposed to...
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade.
Privilege once again. Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him. I have already asked people to be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive to sensory overload, and that goes double for the heckling and the hissing. It is also triggering to my anxiety. Like, the be comradely isn't just for, like, let's keep things civil or whatever. It's so that people aren't going to get triggered and so that it doesn't affect their performance as a delegate, okay? Your need to express yourself is important, but your need to express yourself should not trump...
Personal privilege?
Yes.
please do not use gendered language to address everyone.